What is up, everyone? Nick here. Welcome to the show if you're new. Thanks for coming back if you're not. As the world continues to enter into the vast unknown, analysts and investors are desperately searching for alternative investment vehicles to retain wealth and yield great returns. Now, for the past year, capital has been aggressively flowing to gold. And why is this? What are analysts predicting? The Federal Reserve has been pumping trillions of dollars into the market through stimulus, reaching the consumer through stimulus checks. Now, many do believe that this was indeed necessary to stabilize the economy during the mass shutdowns experienced in 2020. However, as the economy begins to reopen and we enter the recovery period, analysts and investors are predicting a period of mass inflation. We have seen the 10-year Treasury yield rapidly rising 1.6%, which would be historically extremely low. However, in relation to recent lows is a significant rise. Now, because many are fearing the cause of inflation, investors have been turning their eye on the tried and true value retention of gold. Gold surged last year in part due to the economic uncertainty and then appeared to cool off during the recovery period. And this makes sense, right? Businesses opening, restrictions loosening, things seemingly returning to normal. However, now, investors are flooding back to gold as the uncertainty regarding the looming potential inflation dominates headlines. In today's episode, we're going to be looking at the gold market and specifically what I think is a fantastic stock and a play that could surge in the coming quarters and years. This one's going to be a fun one. Before we get to it today, make sure to always come to your own conclusions regarding any stock. Penny stocks do have more potential reward, however, this is typically paired with increased risk. Do not allocate any capital to the market that you cannot afford to lose. Disclaimer, this is a sponsored video. Do your own due diligence, formulate your own opinions. That's your duty as a smart and calculated investor. All right, ladies and gents, without further ado, let's get right into it. So I'm first going to go over the company, who they are, what they do. I'm then going to be talking about why their shares could surge in the coming weeks and quarters, and then finally covering the stock's analytics, charting, statistics, and balance sheet. All right, so the company of today's episode is called Goldline Resources, based in the gorgeous Vancouver, Canada, founded back in 1984 with a ton of experience under their belt. Now, they are currently holding projects on the Goldline Mineral Belt and the Skellefteå Belt in north-central Sweden. They are seeking to expand their portfolio of 7 highly prospective exploration projects, and I'll tell you why I think this company is outperforming competitors. In the gold mining industry, something I study frequently and am always investing in, the name of the game is attempting to expand faster than your competitors and to acquire more prospective projects than the rest. This is exactly what Goldline Resources is doing. They have recently announced a strategic acquisition of the Oljärvi Gold Project located in Finland and the Solvik Gold Project in central Sweden from Agnico Eagle Mines. Now, with these two new acquisitions, they increased their total land holdings to 60,000 hectares, which has made them the largest mineral rights holder amongst the junior exploration companies within the region. Now, as the price of gold continues to increase, as investors move capital to it as an inflation hedge, junior miners stand to greatly benefit from this shift. Rona O'Connell, who is the head of market analysis for EMEA and Asia regions at StoneX, states that, quote, "Gold still has upside potential. There is a tremendous amount of liquidity still looking for a home, and gold's role as a risk hedge is still valid. This projected potential upside could be further catalyzed by negative real and nominal interest rates, the huge liquidity from the stimulus, geopolitical tensions, and the uncertainty with the markets currently. Investors aren't sure of what's going to happen. No one is, and we have seen gold act historically as a hedge in times of economic uncertainty. Now, many analysts see junior mining companies as a more appealing investment than the actual metal itself, as they are leveraged to the actual commodity's upside and can thus produce higher yields long term, and investors have indeed been flocking to Goldline Resources stock. We'll touch on this shortly. Now let's focus in on the details of Goldline Resources. As previously mentioned, they are located in Scandinavia, which is often overlooked by investors and is underexplored by today's techniques and standards. Nonetheless, it is an extremely mineral-rich region. Scandinavia actually has some of the top mining jurisdictions on the globe and is emerging as a powerhouse due to the substantial mineral endowment, stable tenure, robust infrastructure, and a supportive geopolitical landscape. The company's acquired asset of Oljärvi has incredible potential for goldline resources. The Kielmakangas deposit is the largest known gold occurrence in the entire underexplored belt. It has a historical inferred mineral resource of 250,000 ounces of gold and 1.9 million ounces of silver. These are absolutely massive quantities of mineral. The company plans on following up on the underdeveloped leads that have been identified during the due diligence. Furthermore, the structures in the area are indicative of potentially multi-million ounce deposits, and investors are extremely eager about the outcome of this project. Their other newly acquired project, the Solvik Gold Project, offers the company other growth opportunities. They have identified multiple targets with outcropping gold mineralization, and will have to be patient to see what this can yield. Now, the company has huge plans for the future and in turn to relate to shareholder value. This is what makes the company so enticing to me. They see a possible district-scale exploration opportunity in the region itself. Whenever looking at exploration companies, I ensure that the company is diversified, and I do like that along with these two newly acquired assets, they have many other well-funded projects as well. As always, I like to take a deep dive into the company's management to see exactly who is running the ship. Henrik Lundin is the company's chairman and director with considerable global experience in the natural resource sector. He has experience as COO at Tag Oil Limited, is currently the senior reservoir engineer with Stockholm-listed London Energy, a really strong leader at the top of this company. Adam Sigelski is Goldline's CEO and director. He has over 20 years experience in the venture capital industry. He also has experience in the mining industry, having previously started his career developing an industrial mineral project in Uganda. I always make sure the executive officers have experience actually within the industry, and I am liking what I'm seeing here. Eric Jensen, PhD, is a director. He has over 26 years experience and is the general manager of exploration at Goldline's strategic partner, EMX Royalty Corp. He has extensive experience in the planning and implementation of regional to project scale exploration programs. The list goes on and on here. I truly am astonished by the level of experience, a really great team behind this company. Now, taking a look at their shares, along with the steep dip in the price of gold in the past few months, many junior miners have also felt this hit. I was continuously stating that it seemed to be presenting a great buying opportunity, and it proceeded to then again surge as the economic uncertainty and potential long-term effects of inflation take hold of investors. In just under a year, get this, Goldline has surged more than 1,100%, really showing just how much reward junior miners can yield. However, since then they have consolidated along with the price of gold. However, as gold makes its second recent jump, we're also seeing this translate to the juniors, with Goldline having gained around 25% in just the past few weeks alone. They have a market cap of around 32 million, so they are a nano cap company. They have a substantial 52-week range with a low of 24 cents and a high of 76 cents. It's important to note, as is the case with many junior miners, they have not generated revenue as of yet and have a decent cash position of 5.46 million. What I really like is their current great ratio of 7.53, indicating far more assets relative to liabilities, something to always pay attention to. I do think that many junior mining companies do have the potential to continue surging as gold appears to be making a resurgence itself. As global restrictions loosen and fears of inflation surmount, gold could once again see a massive surge as one of the main hedges against this inflation. Anyways, everyone, a really interesting company here. I am going to provide updates with them throughout the year, so make sure you subscribe. Make sure to never allocate any capital that you cannot afford to lose. Remember that penny stocks, although they do come with more potential reward, this is typically paired with increased risk. Make sure to come to your own conclusions, do your own due diligence, and formulate your own opinions. This is your duty as a smart and calculated investor. Anyways, everyone, I'll see you all in the next video. Take care, happy trading, cheers.